It's the Dominic K. Morning Show here on RadioOnFire.com. Thank you for joining me. Wow, coming off the weekend, and here in Baltimore, I don't know about wherever you are in the world, but here in Baltimore, the weather has been so unpredictable. I mean, it is April, the end of April, last days of April, and the weather is still like winter-like. But then at times it's still it gets the hints of spring. It's just hard to know what to wear day to day. But let's get into today's topic. Cardi B's lawyer reveals details of Cardi's deal, and of course we talked about her ex-manager suing her for $10 million. Well, Cardi B's team has responded to the former manager's $10 million lawsuit. And her ex-manager, whose nickname is Shaft, has been trying to give Cardi B the shaft. He filed this lawsuit, and he claims that he discovered that the Bodak Yellow star froze out, of her career that he helped create just as it was exploding. So he's trying to come back for some money that he thinks that he's owed based on some very shady agreements that the two came up with. Now, an attorney representing the red hot Cardi B, who is on fire, definitely. She was in D.C. performing her, last performance after, until she gives birth. Even Sasha Obama hung out with Cardi B and Offset. Now, the attorney says this: after a full investigation of the facts, we will be responding to the allegations in detail in court. But even on its face, Shaft's claim raises a huge question. Now, for a very large commission, a manager promises to carefully counsel and guide an artist in her or his career. In exchange, the law imposes the duty on the manager to always act in the artist's best interests, not engage in conflicts of interest, not overreach, and not self-deal. So when you talk about conflicts of interest, I once got out of a contract because of conflict of interest. So if you have a manager and your manager is supposed to represent you, your manager usually can't be your lawyer, usually can't be your record label, and then take percentages each way. It's kind of difficult because who is working in the best interest of the artist? It's usually best if the manager and their label or production company are separate entities. Now, of course, an upcoming artist, that may be hard to do. That may be hard to acquire because you're just trying to get started. So you don't have the money for these separate entities. And Cardi being a dancer, starting out as a dancer, maybe early in her career, this guy was wearing multiple hats, and that clearly seems to be the case. Shaft signed on as Cardi B's manager for 20% commission. I guess 15 to 20% is pretty standard. Then he signed her through a different company in a deal that takes 50% of her music royalties, 50% of that from Atlantic. So 50% of what she gets from Atlantic would go to the manager under a different agreement. And then 50% of her music copyrights, and then 25% of her other earnings. This is what you call a 360 deal, meaning that someone is getting money from every aspect of the artist's career. So a lot of people don't understand what that means. 360 is a circle, right? 360 degrees is a circle. So he is taking 20% from her commissions as a manager, right? That's standard. He's taking half of the music royalties from Atlantic. 50%. Then 50% of her copyrights, right? Then 25% of all other earnings. So that would be shows, that would be merchandise, that would be, any type of endorsements. That's crazy. That is a 360 deal. And how does that comport with his duties as a manager? That is definitely conflicts of interest. That is definitely overstepping and overreaching. Probably why she terminated the agreement to begin with. Of course, she signed with her boyfriend's management, same company that he signed to, which is Quality Control. Shaft is suing Cardi B for breach of contract and for ditching him and signing with a different manager, as well as defamation, claiming that he robbed her. He did rob her. I mean, this is clear. Now, here's the thing, though. A lot of artists are in this situation. A lot of artists are, in these type of contracts where they've got to do so much just to make a certain amount. Now, they may not have the resources that Cardi B has access to, and that may be why more people are not suing or counter-suing like this. So I think that she has a very credible defense. I think this is going to be very interesting. I say that this whole thing is going to evaporate and go away. If your name is Shaft, you can expect to probably get the shaft if you're somebody doing business with him. I gotta advise people against signing these type of agreements, even if you're on the come up. I mean, this is crazy. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at The Diamond K Show, at RadioOnFire. Cardi B is definitely one of the hottest artists in the game right now. And I don't think that her star is going to dim at all, even though she's getting ready to take a break that everybody knows about. Music videos, have we seen any? No. I think that we are going to see some, and they're going to spread these out and work this to our advantage. I was worried about Cardi B and what was going to happen with her career, with the timing of the baby and all that kind of stuff. But I think that they have planned this thing out, and I think that they're going to be able to pull this together for the I'm going to say talented rapper. It doesn't matter to me that she does not write all of her own lyrics. The lyrics that she is reciting, they come off as her. And whoever is writing for her, it has a good representation of who she is, at least who she's portrayed herself to be, and it comes off as real. Now, if she was reciting lyrics that were not written by her and written by somebody else, but it did not showcase who the public thought was her, then she might catch more flack. But just because she has people writing for her, and that alone is just, in today's day and age, in 2018, I don't think that is going to hold her back at all. But, it's definitely confirmed that Cardi B is in a 360 deal. Unfortunate. You would think that a lot of people are not signing these 360 deals, but they are. So it is another thing before we get out of here. Cardi B, as I said, she's pregnant. So when you're pregnant, you got to be careful of what you do. And we were talking about this last performance that Cardi has in DC, about 45 minutes here from Baltimore. It's called the Broccoli City Festival, and the 25-year-old and her fiance were headlining. Now, Cardi almost fell out of the golf cart when the front wheels of the vehicle suddenly lifted off the ground, maybe due to the weight.
Want to remove stubborn makeup? Now, Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water for waterproof makeup is up to the challenge. Garnier Micels act like a magnet to gently remove stubborn makeup with no harsh rubbing in just one step. Perfect for sensitive skin. Micellar Cleansing Water from Garnier.
Cardi, but big girls,
especially if that's
in the back of the vehicle,
it'll be
crazy.
easy to
You can see Quavo.
I was just trying to show the world how I got pregnant
Offset
in the first place.
and Cardi. I don't want to call him Quavo all the time. Offset and Cardi just looking back, and luckily security guards standing beside the vehicle ensured that, it didn't fall. That would just been a disaster. But Cardi rocked some purple hair.
We didn't know how, so
there you go. Cardi B letting Ellen and all of us know just exactly how she got
all that
Princess
Coachella
Diana
twerking was a
t-shirt,
pretty good representation, I think.
over her
hilarious there.
jeans.
All right, Ellen also tried to get the rapper to reveal what she plans to name her baby.
Yeah, now Cardi B did not spill the beans, but she did say that fiancé Offset
ironically, I saw
Cardi
her
B
first
gave a little
performance,
tease about the name. Of course, Ellen had to have a little fun with that.
Actually here in Baltimore a couple years back, and she's come such a long way since then. And,
I'll give you $20,000
so she's
if you name it
canceled
Ellen.
several upcoming shows in order to concentrate on this pregnancy, and hopefully her lawyers will be able to get her out of this 360 deal, because it is just shady.
Want to remove stubborn makeup in a snap? Garnier Moisture Cleansing Water for waterproof makeup is up to the challenge. Garnier wipes act like a magnet to gently remove stubborn makeup with no harsh rubbing.